Not live here yet. Okay. Happy Friday, everyone. Hello, hello,
Happy
everyone.
Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday. How are you doing today? If you are new here, my name is Noura Al Masri, and I am enrolled. I am an enrolled agent and the founder of Noura's Books. For I am here today as every Friday with my partner, Brittany C, and I'm gonna let her tell you about herself.
Okay, guys. I had to do one last minute thingy before I went live on Instagram. But hi everyone. I am Brittany C. I'm founder of Right Division Plainly LLC, where I position grant writers, businesses, and nonprofit leaders to get funded in the first 1 to 3 years of conception. So that's something that's not really talked about. How can you do this at, and we just got started yesterday. There are ways you can do to get funded. So if that's something you're interested or want to learn more about, keep watching us live. Follow follow me on my social medias. We are here for you, me and Nora.
You can't believe it. You won't believe it, but I was live on another on on a wrong Instagram account. But here we are. I fixed that.
There are no mistakes.
Right? Yeah, I agree. There's no mistake. It's meant to be. But the people were watching, oh no, like I don't think they're on my this one, like the work one. So yeah. So hi IG again. Um, all right. So we are talking today about nonprofit challenges. Oh, if you're a nonprofit, you already know what we are talking about, I guess. But I would be interested to know what type of challenges you guys are facing in your nonprofit, or even if you don't have a nonprofit and you have a business, let us know because things are similar, different names. So just put that down. We would love to hear from you. Now, the first challenge whenever you speak to any nonprofit, no matter if they are large, small, medium size, or just about to start, everyone challenge is usually funding. That's what we hear from everyone, at least for myself.
Yes.
Speaking about myself, like funding, everyone wants funding. So that is the biggest challenge nonprofit face. Now, why is that? Of course, because without funding, you cannot create the impacts you are about to create. You do not know where to start sometimes because it's so many things being communicated to you. A lot of people, someone's telling you go for grant, other person go no, don't go to the grant, go to the corporate, ask to sponsorship. Some other person like myself tell you go get donations. So you hear from different people, but where can you start? Where can you start to tackle this challenge to make sure you do not waste your time with some stuff that you are not supposed to waste your time with? You would start with it depends. Like this is my favorite answer. It depends. We want to know where you are right now, at what level you are. What have you done so far? What are you planning to do next? Then we can tell you where to get funding from at this point in time with your organization nonprofit journey. Because no answer fits all, it all depends. So if you are about to start your nonprofit, you just started, I would tell you, okay, let's see everything else, but we're going to get to everything else first. Like, let's set you up, but start with donations because you're not ready to get other type of funding. If you are in the middle of your journey and you've already got donations, I would tell you, okay, let's see if you are ready for grants, and I will leave this piece for Brittany. But just let's see where you are at, and if you're not ready, let's get you ready without neglecting your donations. Hopefully, you have a system by now to collect those donations. If you are later on, it depends. Some organization, they're largely grant funding, or other ones like they are really heavily depending on donors. We'll see what you are missing, because we don't want to miss any of these. So we really want to see and evaluate where you are at right now, to let you know what's the right move for you, what the right next move for you. So yeah, so that's what I talk when I talk to my client. That's what we actually talk about, to see exactly how to overcome the funding challenge. And I will let Brittany talk about her ideas as well. So go ahead, Brittany.
So, thank you, Nora. It's not an idea as much as it is something that needs to come into fruition, right?
Uh-huh.
So, and here's what I mean by this from the grant writer perspective. How are you preparing when we say get funded? Here's what we're saying. Did you do your research? Did you write the proposal? Besides writing the proposal, do you have grants management? Are you following up with your donors? And these are all the initial steps first. There's more to it than that, but I wanna keep it short. I want to keep it short. Um, but yeah, they're looking for all of these things before even the funder or investor says, yeah, we're saying yes to you, or no, this is a rejection, which for a lot of you guys that are new who are not really familiar with the term rejection, it means you're in limbo. You haven't gotten a denial and it's not approved yet. So you have some corrections to make before you resubmit your proposal, either same day, next week, or at the next cycle. But this initial part is important because what I see a lot of people do with me is they'll call me, schedule a consultation, and then they tell me, I got my oh yeah, I'm a 501c3 nonprofit. I'm ready for grant funding. And then when I ask them, okay, so you did put 65 or 70 65 70% back, right? And they're like, what do you mean? I need the funding now. So you need to write me the grant so I can get the funding. And that's when I let them know, actually, you're responsible for that 65 to 70%. That's your donors, that's your in-kind donation. That is setting yourself up for success. And just in case you guys did not notice, that is the nugget, that is a secret sauce. That's what is the missing ingredient that's right up under your nose. When you are prepared the right way the first time, that's when you are able to get funding from one source and multiple sources, because they're looking at all of these. A lot of people are blindsided by just writing the grant proposal and just making it good enough to get funded, and then you are utterly shocked and surprised when you didn't get funded. So this is why me and Nora, we do this. We love doing what we do because as professionals, we know things that either y'all don't know or you bypass through no fault of your own, because it's like a known to us but an unknown to you. And how else were you supposed to know that information if no one said anything about it? So that's what we're here to do, to help. So Nora, I'll pass it back over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So, yeah, you matter too. Getting funded is just confirming that is the biggest challenge for nonprofit. Thank you for sharing. And um, I I I hope that is helpful. But if you need further help, you can feel free to reach out to us, and we would love to help you more. Or if you are willing to come to Houston, We have our available money now mastermind in Houston, Texas. It's going to be on August 26th, August 26th, 10 to 3. We're gonna give you a lot of gems. We're gonna be working. We're going to actually show you the way to get ready to be funded. We're gonna let you know what you might be missing. So here, Heather says, when you say 65 to 70% is individual donations from the community or out bucket funds, no, it's not.
Ooh,
No.
yes. Tell her that it's
Yeah.
not that 65 to 70% does not come out of pocket at all.
Yes, no, no, that's self-funding organization. You shouldn't be funding your organization except in the maybe the seed funding, but you shouldn't continue to fund your organization. 65 to 7, I would say 70 to 75%, honestly, from individual donors. So
Mhm.
from these people who actually are ideal donors, because not every individual is your ideal donors. You have to find those ideal donors. Your ideal donors typically are people like you. So you started your organization because you had a burning desire for something. Maybe a challenge you had, or maybe a challenge someone close to you had, or a problem you noticed and you thought you can fix it. So you started this organization because of that. So your ideal donor is someone who also faced the same challenge probably, or noticed the same problem, and they did not they did not have the courage you had, or maybe the time they didn't want to take this responsibility, but they are willing to support you. You have to find these people, and if you are not sure how to find these people, you can join my you can watch my free masterclass. You'll be able to actually that's going to help you. It's totally free. Or if you are ready to invest in yourself, you can join my coaching program where I take you step by step on how to identify your ideal donors to get those 70 to 75% of funding. So that should help you more. But the idea, like how to identify your ideal donors, like I said, it's like those are people like you. They would do the same work if they were to start the nonprofit. So when you find them, they will be happy to talk to you because that you will they can resonate with your mission. How about corporate donation? So corporate donation, same thing, it's part of the occasion, but I would put it with the grant as well. Like this is how I see it. It's part of the grant. Like, and it's different level. It can be grant, it can be sponsorship for a specific event, or maybe
Mhm.
other type of sponsorship. So it's not the same thing. It's not all the same when it comes to corporate donation. So um yeah, Heather, you can book a call. I'm gonna put my actually calendar here, so you can book a call with me so we can talk on Zoom. I would love to talk to you to see how can I help you further. So make sure you call me. This is the best way to connect with me, is to book a call with me on my calendar, because this way you will you'll block my time. So you'll block my time. So I am totally available to you only, so we can we can focus on talking together. So I'll put the link here. It doesn't go on LinkedIn, but I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can see it. It's noorasbooks.com/contact. You can just book a call there, and we will talk on Zoom, and then I'll be able to help you more. All right. Thank you so much for your question. Do you have
Awesome.
anything to add? I'm sure you do, Brittany, on that point.
I was just going to say, like, for Heather, that was an excellent question. And also for the other end of that 30, or I would say 20 to 30%, 30 to 35%, that's where the grant funding comes in. And a lot of times that's what is the missing components, because a lot of people, and I'm not saying this to you, Heather, but what I've seen is a lot of new nonprofits, or those who are getting into the nonprofit space, the nonprofit world, they will come to me first saying, "Oh, I'm ready for grants." And you haven't done the donation part, you haven't set your systems up for that, you haven't done anything, but you're looking for me to help you get funded. And I really can't do much because I'm like the last resort, if you will. It's like you're doing the majority of the work, and I'm helping push the rest of the way whenever I am writing these proposals for those of you who are in a nonprofit space to get funded. That's how it works. It's not, okay, I'm eligible for this grant because I'm eligible. I bypass all the stuff that I know I need to do. And yes, they're going to fund me in 2 hours. Absolutely not. If someone is is getting funded in 2 hours, let me know the strategy.
We're gonna talk to them to see what they're doing. Okay. I have to go. I have to get my organization going because I have a limited time to get my dream to come true. I recently found out that I have. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
Awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, make sure please to book a call, and I would love to see how can we work together. So hopefully we can help you, and everything will work very well for you, fully with everything health wise, organization wise, and you will just run it and see it the way you want to see it.
Yeah, and understandably so. Um, I know it's a hard topic to talk about, but this if this means we're able to help you with your dreams and making your dreams into reality, we love to help you on that journey. So I'm all for it as well.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, make sure you connect with us. I would love to talk to you. So yeah, and thank you so much for your question and comments. And I'm looking forward as me and Brittany to talk to you more. So just book a call and would love to help you. Um, all right. So the second challenge we're gonna talk about is compliance. And of course, actually, we're not gonna go. I know a lot. You have a lot more challenges than what we're talking about today, but we're not going to be able to cover everything. We're covering few. Maybe in another time we can cover other challenges. But in our opinion, this is the most common, and there are more, of course. But compliance. Compliance. I'm sure some of you received a letter from the IRS or from the state saying, "Oh, you did not file. You are, or you have a penalty, or maybe your status, the exempt status, has been revoked." Or maybe you did not pay payroll taxes. Or maybe another thing I can think of, maybe you have the wrong worker classification, meaning you have someone who's supposed to be working as W-2, an employee, as an independent contractor, 1099 instead. So this is just some of these examples. If you are not in compliance, you will face penalties. Your exempt status will be revoked, meaning you're going to sacrifice your funding. And you just said you have funding problem. I mean, you didn't say, we addressed that. We addressed that as the first challenge, but because we hear it from you all the time. So now you are letting yourself go out of compliance. You are not compliant in a state or federal or a local level. Now you are not getting your funding anymore, because if I'm a donor, I want to go see if you have the status so I can get that benefit of tax deduction because I donated to you. And the state, the city, the federal they are going to send you a penalty if you are not in compliance, in addition to revocation if you are at that stage, because you have, if you do not file in 3 consecutive years for federal, you will get revoked. And if your status is not valid anymore with the IRS, then that will affect local, state, and everywhere. And donations. So you want to make sure you stay in compliance. You might tell me, okay, but I don't have money to do that. Well, this is something, it's not something you might have to do if you have money. It is a compliance by the name. IRS do not care if you have money or not. They want you to file tax returns as a personal, right? Same thing with you when you are an organization. They want you to be in compliance, and they are actually harder on you as a nonprofit just because you are dealing with public money. This money is from public, whether it was grants or it was tax payer money. If you got governmental grants, whether it's from donations, it's public money. So you're dealing with this money. You have rules that you really need to adhere to and make sure you are in compliance, because if you do not, then you're risking this money. Like, why should I give you money if you're not taking care of it the right way? I don't care if you are spending that on to pay grant writer, to pay marketing consultants, to pay administrative assistant, to pay CPA or bookkeeper or an accountant or a coach. Those are okay expenses because they are necessary for you to grow and to stay in compliance. But if you are just not sure where did the money go, you are not sure what happened and what the impact you offer to the community, then I care. IRS would care, because why? You are taking the money I was supposed to pay to the IRS. They give me a deduction because I wanted to donate to you. So now you are jeopardizing your exempt status because of that. You are not going to be willing to, not going to be okay to be working if you're not in compliance. You're not going to be get funded. You're not going to, maybe, like, it can be as bad as going to jail. It can be that bad. Hopefully you won't get there, but like the minimum impact is just to get penalty, then revocation, then maybe audited, whatever it is. Like, you don't want to waste your time and money with something unnecessary. You want to know where to spend your money in order to avoid all these problems, in order to avoid to get in trouble. And that has an effect on grants too, even if you want to seek grants, right, Brittany? How does that affect it?
When you're when you're not I said uncompliant, that's not even a word. I'm sorry, I'm excited. When you're not compliant, so here's what this looks like: revoked or inactive 990 status, and you say, hey, can you get me a grant? No, I cannot. I cannot, because you're not in compliance. You're not in compliance with that. Now, if it's active again and you do the work to, it's like starting over. So you will have to go after those donors, get up to the 65-75% bracket, and then come see me about the grants. But yeah, if you're not compliant, like in the arena of your 990s, in the arena of your nonprofit, there's not much I can do to help get you funded in that light, because it's still initial work that has to be done. And I got this question a handful of times. Well, can't I get a grant that's going to help me get my nonprofit or help me get to the 990 status? No, that's on you. That's for you to do. So I don't mean to laugh, but I I just find the hilarity in it, because I understand is this is something you guys don't know, like I mentioned before, but it's okay. I'm able to like come at you from a place of love and just let you know, like, no, we got to do it this way. It has to be done like this. Everything has to be in decency and in order, and then from there you are eligible for funding. And even there's certain guidelines that get you to that um 65-75% bracket, just like there's guidelines and regulations for you to not only get to the grant funding but maintain it as well. So it's this is what grant readiness looks like. This is what is saying to the philanthropists, to your funders, to the donors and the investors, because there are some funders that are investors. When you have a project, a business, or a nonprofit, or a program that you need funding for, these are the things that they're looking at. Did you do the initial legwork first to prep yourself here, and now you're asking for additional help? Are you ready for that? It's a responsibility on both ends, just like it's a responsibility to get the nonprofit and maintain it in the correct way in your 990s, just like it's, you got to maintain the grant applications, keep track of those, follow up, regulate, do what you need to do in that regard as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it's not this is what we mean by it's simple, but it's not simple at the same time. Like, anybody can write a grant, and I'm speaking from a professional standpoint. Anybody can write a grant, but the problem is it enough to get you funded? Because if I'm just anybody writing a grant, that means I'm in the, let's just say, 90 percentile of the people that are getting denied, not rejected, but denied. So if that's hey Nicole is on my Instagram. But yeah, if this is it, if you're there, then they have something to work with, just like you're giving yourself something to work with. But if you're not, it's you can still work to get yourself up there. But either way, they're looking at your progress. They're looking to see what you've done. And
Mm-hmm.
you just can't show up empty handed expecting millions, or some of you guys billions with the B, dollars in funding. That's just not how it works. So that's a part of compliance as well. And it goes, like I said, the compliancy, the root of it goes deep. So it's just like your project and your programs.
Mhm.
Yes.
Is Superman an alien?
Yes.
My mommy said that Superman is not an alien.
He's an alien, but I don't have time for that.
Oh!
Okay, I'll talk to you about it later. Sorry about that, guys, but just to get back on track. Um, it goes to the roots. Your project, your program. How is that, the measurements of that? How is it going? How are you sustaining that? What are you doing to get the people involved? How are you getting the people to care about your particular thing? So all of that comes as a whole to nonprofits as well as grant funding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So awesome. So now we went through the first challenge was funding. Next,
The very
second one was compliance and regulations. The third one, actually, we want to talk about, and I guess we can end with this, burnouts. So I understand it's a lot to do in order to prepare yourself and your organization to be funded, and at the same time staying in compliance, especially when you guys start. A lot of you start while you're doing something else. You do it on the side. A lot of you, very few people like do it, just started and focus on it, but a lot of you I know doing that on the side. um even with whether you're starting this on the side or you actually do it as a full-time, you might find yourself burned out trying to get funded, trying to get in compliance, trying to actually implement the program, doing the research to see what area you needs your help first, what's your next step. It's a lot to handle. So if you do not take care of yourself, you won't be able to continue. And you might tell me now, okay, how can I take care of myself? Because while I don't have time, because I have to get funded, implement my grants, and I implement my programs, and then also stay in compliance. I thought, okay, here's where team comes in place. You have to have team. You have to have people helping you. You're gonna tell me, I know, guys, all the answer. I know you're gonna tell me board members are not active, they don't help me, it's only me who's doing the work. Well, I'm not expecting your board members to actually help you. Sometimes it might be better not to help you, because just like having a partner and your work to run your company, sometimes you won't not agree, and it will, a lot of downsides. So it might be better for you because they're busy, but they wanted to support you and be on your board, because otherwise you can't even get the status 501c3. But they have to stay on top of the reporting, on top of how are you managing and everything. Yes, that's an important thing, because they are liable regardless. So they have to be involved to a certain point, but they might not want to be or have the time to be involved on a daily day basis, which is fine. They're not required to be. If you look at the board members on, for example, American Red Cross, go look at the board members for the American Red Cross. See, like they're like top management, top executive from Apple, Google, Chase. Do you think these people get involved in a daily day management for Red Cross? No, I'm sure they don't. They don't get involved with that. Do you think they're only there to give donations or to get people to donate? No. There are like more to board members. We're not going to get into that but right now, but I just want to get you out of the mindset that your board has to be the ones who help you. You need team. Now, team can be actually someone you hire in an hourly basis as an assistant, a consultant. You don't have to worry about payroll taxes or anything. You pay project based. Like, for example, me and Brittany, we work that way. We do project based and we help organization. And we would love it if you hire us, but we're not trying to actually tell you come hire us. No, we're not trying to do that here. We're trying to address the points. For example, like if you were to hire us versus have a consultant, which is probably a grant writer or an accountant, to help you with your organization, you're going to save more than 20%, a lot more, maybe 40%, because we are already experts, so you don't have to teach us. You will have to work with us because it's your organization, not ours. We don't know your organization. We need information from you. We need you to implement what we tell you, what we advise you to do. Some of the stuff we have to do, but it's a collaboration. So you have to have the staff to work with us. For example, this is whenever you have any consultant, but you will save yourself so much time and money just having a team of consultants or a team of consultants. So you want to make sure you see what is that you're trying to do and see, okay, do I hire someone here to do this part-time, full-time? Do I actually have a volunteer helping me with this? Okay, do I hire a consultant here, or what should I do? So in order to know what you need to do, you need to have a clear vision on where are you at in your organization and what you need to get done and where do you want to go. And from there, you can know your next step. Because if you try to do it all yourself, you're not going to be able to get any results. You'll be burned out, and you will actually drag your organization for years trying to self-fund it, which I don't recommend. Only in the beginning, like when you just start, like because you have to register, you have to do these stuff, either self-funded or raise the fund to do that. You should be able to raise fund. If you think you cannot raise fund to register your organization, then maybe the nonprofit business is not for you. And yes, I meant to say business again, because nonprofit is a business and you have to run it as one, as we always say. I just like to remind you of that. I cannot say that enough. So yeah, so make sure you take care of yourself as well. Make sure you rest, you do your exercise, you eat healthy and well, you actually stay connect to yourself. How do you connect to yourself? Stay in silence for 10 minutes a day at least. Just trying to get inside yourself, because when you reflect within you, you will find yourself actually getting a lot of idea, a lot of things like which is not in alignment probably with you. You will cross it out. You don't need to do it. You will get something that you are in alignment with. So you're not trying to do everything and help everyone while you do not have to. You have to actually do what's best for you at that moment. So these are very important. I mean, I can speak about this forever, but I have to give a chance to Brittany to talk to.
Thank you. Thank you for the chance to speak. And it's the same way with me. Like, I have to stop myself, or I can just take the whole segment, you know? So I really do appreciate you for considering me, as always. Okay. So I'll say we kind of mentioned scaling already without mentioning it, but we were giving you those nuggets before. So if it's just like, if you're counting, if you're like, okay, she talked about funding, she talked about compliance, she skipped step 3. We kind of like told you from the donor side and the grant writing side how you're able to scale. So yeah, we didn't leave you hanging. Burnout for grant writing, oh my gosh, it is not talked about like it should be. And this is coming from a certified grant consultant, me. Um, a lot of times, some of you guys who are nonprofit leaders, you're the executive director, and all you have is this dream and you're bored. That's it. A lot of you guys are responsible for writing the grants yourselves, but you don't want to be on the computer all day applying for this micro grant and this micro grant and this one. Although those micro grants take a shorter time to complete, you would be responsible for all of them. So like if you needed $50,000, for example, for like to like run, help support your nonprofit, you're not going to apply for 50 grants that you have to keep track of. It's going to be impossible for you to do that. And it's going to be impossible for you to apply, right? So, and then you got to do the follow-up and the reporting that goes with it. That's more work on yourself. And so a lot of times, a lot of the nonprofits who are just started out, like you guys are not really equipped with the know-how to write a grant, get it funded, and then that's it, because you're doing your job as the executive director as well as being a grant professional. And that's why a lot of times y'all will go the volunteer route, and that doesn't work either. But this is just where you're at. And again, this is no judgment. This is just an assessment to see where you're at. And so when you are head of your nonprofit and you're writing grants, you're going to be burnt out anyway, because you're running a nonprofit full time. And for those of you, like what Nora said, you're not supposed to be self-funding. But if you work a full-time job, you're self-funding, and on top of that, you're writing grants, you're gonna have a bad time. You're developing, writing and developing grant proposals that you think might get funded. And again, this is not to diminish anyone, it's not to like poke fun at anyone, but this is the reality that some of you guys are living right now. And you know, when it comes down to it, some of you guys just don't have a budget, or you don't have the funding set aside to hire a consultant or a grant writer that you can trust. So burnout is inevitable, but to take that amount of pressure off yourself, just reassess what if you're doing it from this perspective, if you know this is where you're at, and maybe for a little while, maybe for like a couple years, probably not, but you know, just being realistic with yourself, could you dedicate time, you know, can you dedicate time to learn how to do these grants so you're able to get the funding in so that you can hire or resource out to a either a grant consultant like myself where we're on retainer, or you can provide those services, or employee services is what I'm saying, to an in-house grant writer. Like sometimes, you know, as a business owner running a leader of your nonprofit, you do a lot of the jobs first before you outsource the job, right? So it's just a thing. What can you do now to alleviate that pressure? If you're a nonprofit leader and you know you're wearing that hat and you have all those responsibilities, you know you can't wear the hat of a grant writer and grant consultant as well. It's entirely too much. It's a lot, especially when, like I mentioned before, the breakdown of everything, the research, what actually goes in the proposal, writing it per program, per cause, just for your nonprofit in general. It's a lot of work to maintain that. And that's not to scare anybody, but that's just the reality of it. And I love to be honest with you guys and come from a place of love, not a place of judgment and telling you, well, this is what you get, but just as a place of saying, hey, this is the reality, and give you a solution to help you with that. And the solution would be to just to sit down and think, what can you do as a nonprofit leader? What can you do? Like if you must write these grant proposals, get into these grant applications, which ones are you able to do that give you the benefit of the best of both worlds? It takes some pressure off you. Maybe today you would take off your hat of being an executive director long enough to write a full proposal this one time, and you know that's the this is the one that the funding that you want is what's going to help your need. Or if it's not 100% helping your need, it's getting you closer to your goal. And there's a reason why I'm against asking for 100% of funds, but that's a whole nother story for another time. But yeah, just sit down, assess, and reevaluate. And whenever you do this, when you sit down, when you write, or if you're just thinking about it, or if you're like some of you guys that record your conversations and listen to the replay, you'll know what it is that you're missing. You'll know what you need to do. It's just as simple as you're burning out, you're burnout, reassessing, resting from that. And then once you reassess, because sometimes during the burnout, that's when you get the idea that you need to execute, but you cannot execute it before you get rest. Because before you get that rest and you're already burnt out, it's gonna be like double, triple the burnout that you're already having. So even when that idea comes while you're resting, just take a note of it, write it down, and just when you know mentally the fog has gone, your body is better, you're rested, you can think clearly, then go after that idea that you wrote down or that you said to yourself. So that's all for me. Like I could talk all day about about burnout, but we got to give you guys some room and some time, and we got to tell you guys about available money now.
Yay. Yes, yes. So don't miss the entry price. How many days? So we have
We
today,
probably got
29,
like 4 days left.
30, 30. So last day is the 31st.
1, 2, 3. Today is counted as day 4, but there's 3 days left. There's 3 days
Mhm.
left to get in at 497.
Yes. Starting
Unless
August 1st, it's gonna be 997. So
unless you
no
wanna
exceptions.
unless you wanna pay the 997, that's fine. But
No, we don't
you
mind.
know, but we just wanted to give you all the opportunity to get in at 497, and there's financing available.
Yes. So yeah, guys, like when are you going to take the steps? Make sure you take the action to get this thing working, to scale your organization to the next level. This mindset, mastermind is gonna work for everyone. Like whatever the status you're in, if you are actually just starting, if you have started but you do not know like where are you stuck, if you were able to get to certain level but you are not able to pass it yet, we're there to help you. We're going to talk about so many things and two different perspective. You're gonna hear my perspective and Brittany perspective. You're gonna get workbook from both of us. We're gonna be working with you. We're gonna answer your questions. You're gonna be able to network with other people. Maybe you get your nonprofit partner, right? You don't have to be working in the same nonprofit, but you will be able to hold yourself each other accountable, to learn from each other experience. So you're going to get a lot just to get to that mastermind. Again, it's going to be on August 26th in Texas, Houston, Texas. You do not have to be in Houston to attend. You can come from anywhere, like you can get to Houston. It's August 26th. Plan to be there all day. It's going to be 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You're going to be with us. We're not going to get you bored. You're going to get so much fun. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to go with action steps you can apply right away to scale your nonprofit. So don't delay. Make sure you take advantage of the discounted price right now. Don't wait until we run out of time, business, and not, because seating are available too. I mean, limited too. Seatings are limited. So once we are sold out, we are sold out. The space is not huge because we wanted to keep it intimate with you, so we can actually help you, give everyone the attention and help you individually. So make sure you save your seat right now. Take it and price right now, because you're gonna get so much value for just 497. Actually, it's worth tens of thousands of dollars. Not only 1,000, not only a 500, it's worth more than that. So you're gonna actually get unstuck. So make sure to join us. Make sure I put the link here on the screen. So you can go to nourasbooks.com/available money now and get your ticket now. Um, if you are on Instagram, you also can, you're not going to see that screen. You can go to nourasbooks.com/available money now. nourasbooks.com/available money now. There's financing available. When you click there, it's going to take you, when you join, it's going to take you to actually another page where you can select to pay now or pay later. If you select pay later, you'll be able to pay later. So it's just going to ask you to just few questions, and you answer those questions and give you some options, and how much payment you want to pay and for how long. You'll be able to select. but you get access right away. So make sure you join now, don't delay. Now you can get like two people with only one ticket price, not like August 1st you're gonna get the price will be doubled. So and we will be closing the registration as soon as we are um, you know we don't have any seating available. So make sure you get your seat, get it at the discounted price so you can get someone else with you and pay for them, of course. So yeah, we can't wait to see you. We have so much prepared for you so you can get yourself unstuck, get your organization unstuck, and get to the next level. So yeah, we can't wait to see you. Come see us in person.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely come see us in person. Don't miss a chance of a lifetime, guys, because what we're teaching you, you cannot find this on Google. Can't even find it on Chat GPT. What we're teaching you from what we learn in our experience, we're letting you know the ins and out of a nonprofit and why it's working this way. So, we're gonna like what we gave you right now. That's just the tip of the iceberg of what you're gonna get at Available Money Now.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I were you, I would just go ahead and register. And also, besides the workbooks and working hands on, finding your network buddy, if you will, your partner in prosperity, your just your people, your person. Maybe some of you guys are looking for a new set of friends, or a new set of friends or business associates that believe what you believe in. And so this is the kind of community that we're creating, where we're a bunch of individuals coming together to create a community. So if you want to be a part of that community, go ahead while before it's over with, before, because I know some of you guys are like, okay, so can you hold the 990 not 997, can you hold the 497 until like the third? No, on August 1st it's gonna go up to 997. So get in now. Take a chance of a lifetime. Go ahead and fulfill your dreams. We're here for you if you're in the beginning stages and you want to know more about this nonprofit, from what Nora was talking about with the donors and what I'm talking about from grant writing, as well as maybe you're established, you got some years, you got something to show for it, but you're stuck in receiving only a certain amount of funding and you're like, I want to get past that level. This mastermind is for you. It's for everyone. We got we got a little bit I think someone was saying hi to me on Blessing the Purpose Publishing. Okay. Hi. So just to get back on topic, there's a number of you out here who you just need the next step. It's just like, I've done this, I checked all the boxes. What do I do next? This is what this workshop is for. It's also for those of you who feel like you're hopeless. Maybe this is being like a nonprofit leader is your dream, and you're saying to yourself, well, if I invest one more time and this doesn't get me where I need to get to, I'm giving up on my dream. And I never want anyone to give up on their dream, because you work too hard to position yourself to be prepared for this dream just for you to say, you know what, I didn't want it anyway, it's fine. No, like deep down, even if you do say that, deep down, you want to fulfill your dream. There's not one person on this planet Earth that I know of or that I've met that has had a dream, did everything to pursue that dream, and then gave up on the dream because they were stuck. Though there is always that, Oh, I'll try it again. I'll try it next year. I'll try one more time. I'll do this. I'll do that. And even when they say it's the last time doesn't have to be the last time. So if this resonate with you, if some of y'all were praying and asking God for a sign, here we are at Available Money Now Mastermind. Oh, but y'all don't want to register because y'all looking at 5 hours. But this is the this is the quickest way to learn nonprofits and grants in one setting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
And plus,
don't,
we have games for you, so you're not going to be bored. Don't worry. We are
yeah,
very nice in person.
you're not we're nice in person. You're not gonna fill the time. And you're going to be working the whole time. You're going to be changing your mindset. You're going to be figuring out where you're stuck because we're going to help you figure that out, where you're stuck, to propel you to your next level, whatever that next level looks like for you. For some of you guys, it could be as low as $10,000 in funding or up into the high millions, billions with a B. So whatever your goal is, we're not diminishing it, but we are saying there is a way to help you get there, but we may need to tweak some things and reevaluate some things.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
apologize for the background noise,
No worries. Yeah.
but just to wrap up on my end for Available Money Now, like I said, this is a chance of a lifetime. You don't want to miss it. Not even at $9.97. You don't want to miss it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, yeah, guys, let someone who might need this know and come along. We are waiting for you. We don't want to keep you here longer. I know we can talk about anything nonprofit, goal setting, all everything forever, but we don't want to keep you more than almost an hour on a Friday. But take action. No matter how much you get educated, to get to listen to people talking, to listen to audiobook, to read books, to get courses, if you do not take action, nothing's going to happen. We're not going to be
Correct.
able to come do it for you. You have to do it. So you're going to take action. So you owe it for yourself and for the people who you started this organization for to take action. So go register now. Get your tickets today. There's no such tomorrow for your brain. Tomorrow will never come. Today, now take action in order to see a result. If you keep just listening, learning, no implementation, no action taken, then you will not move a millimeter. So you're not gonna move at all. You need to take action. So let it be getting that ticket and come see us in Houston, Texas. So with that, I will end from my side, and I will say happy weekend, happy Friday, have a great weekend. Make sure you end your week with an action. Take this action and come see us in Houston.
Absolutely. Don't you want to see us in person? We're nice. We want you to be a part of our network. So just in closing, guys, we had the best time. I know I did. Nora has. We had the best time on today, just talking to you guys about this. Just taking a little snippet of your Friday. Just so you can know that help is available. It's right here. It's right here, right now. It's not 5 years from now, is right now. So make the commitment and join us right now. Join us August 26th at the CAP Foundation of America.
Awesome. See you there. Bye.
See ya.